Hi, Mark. Yeah, it's Tuesday, March the 24th, 9:14 a.m. Eastern, 1:14 p.m. GMT. US session underway. Let's have a look at the US dollar performance. Certainly fighting back after yesterday's sharp sell-off. I've got support at 98.89, just below that 99 level, and resistance at 99.25. There's the green candlestick intraday resistance being tested. Demand for US dollars as the US session does get underway. We'll see whether that can be maintained if buyers push up, perhaps even get to uh, test the descending trend line, or if we're going to see a turnaround from strong to weak US dollar, sellers step in and maybe push down off this area and look back down at support. But strong US dollar to start the day and recouping uh, a portion of yesterday's losses. Let's have a look at the majors. Euro US, and there you see green candlestick from yesterday that's buying euro, selling US dollar, weak US dollar like we saw on the index. US dollar fighting back against the euro so far today. I've got resistance today at 116.18. I've got support sitting at 115.67, and US dollar having recouped some of those losses from that it gave up against the euro yesterday. Again, we'll see whether this US dollar strength can continue, demand for US dollar, or if we're going to see a turnaround, a bounce up of the support area and US dollar weakness as the US session continues. But certainly strong US dollar to start, and there you can see it reflected in the red candlestick. Pound against the US, very similar. Yesterday, the green candlestick pound strengthened against a weak US dollar. US dollar fighting back has recouped almost half of those losses already today. I've got resistance at 134.46, and I've got support sitting at 133.64 for now. US dollar against the yen. And there you see support 158.41 and intraday resistance being tested right now at 158.91. Buyers looking to come up and test that 159 level, perhaps higher, has now recouped just over half of the losses we saw yesterday. We'll see whether this US dollar strength continues through the US session, or if we're going to get a turnaround and sellers step in, bounce down off this 159 area, tough resistance level, and look back down at the support. But for now, green candlestick and US dollar strengthening against the yen. Let's have a look at the US dollar against the Canadian. Green candlestick following up from yesterday's slight gain yesterday, doji-like candlestick, but a little bit of a green body. Today, I've got support at 137.25 and resistance at 137.61. Higher high, higher low. We'll see where the demand for US dollar continues against the Canadian, and buyers can maintain at this 137.50, 137.60 level. Perhaps if the continued US dollar strength, buyers may be able to test break above this intraday resistance, look up at the 138. Alternatively, a turnaround from strong to weak US dollar. We'll see sellers push down off this area and look back down at the 137.25 support, or the 137 level. But for now, we're seeing it on the index, we're seeing it against all the majors. Strong US dollar testing relative intraday resistance and support levels. We'll see if that can be maintained through the US session. Good trading.